fun with Santa? Here we go! It's the most wonderful time.
Hey everybody, Tom Barnish, Chicago scene in the Lakeview neighborhood. I am at a 92-year-old movie theater called the Music Box. If you haven't heard of it, they do things all year long for Halloween. They also do something pretty amazing here for the Christmas season, where they do a double feature where they have It's a Wonderful Life and A White Christmas. They have carolers involved, there's an organ, and of course, the man himself, Santa Claus. Now for the Chicago scene here at the Music Box. So let's go inside, talk to Ryan, and get the scoop on what it's like to see something like this. All right, so I've wandered my way back to the lounge of the Music Box, and I find my friend Ryan here. How you doing, Ryan?
Hey, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. This is like a fun night just because it's an annual tradition for my family to come out to the Music Box for this time of year. But for people who have never been to the Music Box, first just give me like a brief history of this because it is truly a Chicago treasure.
Well, welcome back, number one. We're so happy to have you. It's been a while.
Yeah, right.
What you are going to experience here at the Music Box is the Christmas shows, right? This is our annual tradition. It is our 38th year. We are... Yeah, if you believe it. It was a one night tryout of a double feature of two great Christmas movies, It's a Wonderful Life and White Christmas, back in 1983.
Wow.
Right, and they didn't know what they were doing, but they were like, hey, people want to be merry and celebrate on Christmas Eve when they don't have maybe anywhere to go, and so back at that time, people really responded to that, and it was like 400 people that came out for one double feature, and now here we are, doing 10 times that number, 20 times that number, which is just warms your heart that there's so much Christmas cheer to give to everybody. So you're here in the Music Box, a 92-year-old venue that has been doing great events and showing great movies for as long as that time. And we are doing specifically the Christmas shows, It's a Wonderful Life or White Christmas, with our sing-alongs prior. So imagine singing all the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and It's a White Christmas with everybody else to share the cheer.
It's one of the true highlights. It really is, with all the pre-show stuff, the smells when you walk in here with the popcorn. You guys have mulled wine and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and hot chocolate for the kids.
Hot chocolate,
yeah,
sure, yeah. Or it's definitely a family thing.
Or for the adult who needs it spiked a little bit.
Sure.
You walk in, you smell the wine, you smell the popcorn. Everything is so well decorated. It just feels Christmas. And usually when you come in, you are met with caroling. We have our carolers who will set up here in the lounge behind me or over in our inner lobby. And then the carolers move in, and that's when it's showtime, right? That's when you have the Susie Snowflake or Rocky and Joe.
Yeah.
And then you have the actual singing along with our organist, Dennis Scott, the amazing Dennis Scott. And Santa comes out. And he, of course, wants to sing, but you have to sing loud and clear for all to hear. And then you watch your movie, right? And it's just this like environment of excitement and energy and just Christmas, right? And you're just surrounded by it.
I'm new to the tradition as far as I've only done it the last 5 years or so, and I didn't know about it. And then somebody brought me in on one day, and I'm like, this is the most magical thing ever. This is such a great Chicago tradition, and I think that's why I'm here today, because we're on the eve of this beginning for the holiday season. But one of the great things about it, when you're in the movies and there's certain points in certain movies, people will hiss if there's a bad character or stuff like that. Talk about that, because how did that even start? I love it.
Well, nobody likes Mr. Potter.
No.
Okay, let's just be honest. That man needs to be booed and hissed. But it was just kind of an organic thing that happened one time back in the beginning stages, where people were just so caught up in the movie, right, that they just booed him. They just hissed at him. And then the next year somebody did it again, and then again and again. And then at some point, somebody started bringing white snow, and they started throwing it during Christmas, right? So you have the hissing and the booing at Mr. Potter and It's a Wonderful Life, and then you have the popping up of snow inside the theater, so it's snowing down on you when you watch White Christmas. The audience, they came up with these traditions. We did not push it, right? They created it organically, and you know what? It's fun. It is what it is. I'll say I hate cleaning up the snow, but I don't mind hissing and booing at Mr. Potter.
Yeah, and the theater's decorated beautifully. It's just like you were saying, completely decorated all over the theater. But you don't just do holidays. You do you do the holidays, yes. but you also celebrate properly for Halloween, where you do double features of horror movies, or you do long stretches of horror movies, among other things, all year long, right?
Yeah, so the Music Box is known as the year-round film festival, right? Because we just do so many different events. So, like, imagine a filmmaker coming into town or an actor coming into town in the Q&A, and you get to, like, meet and greet. We do those things. We do other sing-alongs. We do sing-along Sound of Music. We do, like, quote-alongs or interactive shows with Princess Bride or Willy Wonka, where you're, like, eating candy at certain times, or, like, sniffing and smelling things at certain times, or, like, replying back to the screen. You mentioned Music Box of Horrors. Our horror movie marathon is 24 hours.
Yes,
that's
one of my favorites.
We decorate this thing to the blackest of black that you can, with all sorts of scary and ghoulish things. And then we show incredible movies, and it's just this wild 24-hour ride. If you can stand the ride, you can get off at any time.
Sure.
But yeah, so we do that and all these other events year round. So we're known for our theatrical films, movies that are a little bit more art house, independent, that you might not see. But then we do all these events that smatter throughout the year and bring people in and allow them to have their community, right? Because you might be like a sci-fi nerd. So, like, we'll have science on screen, where we'll have a scientist talking about the science on the movie, and did Hollywood get it right or wrong? Either way, you get to have a conversation about maybe one of your favorite movies or maybe a topic, right? So if you like that, we have documentaries. If you like those, if you want sing-alongs, quote-alongs, we have all these things. So whatever kind of you like in movies, you probably can find it at the Music Box at some point in the year.
Yeah, and for people who want to learn about it or learn the history of the Music Box, because you said it's 92 years old, it's been on Southport those 92 years. It's seen a few things in its day, I'm sure, and I'm sure that there's been events that have happened here that are noteworthy in that history section, where people should, the website they should visit.
Well, definitely go to musicboxtheater.com, and I would highly recommend you sign up for our email newsletter. And if you're not good about emails, then follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, basically Music Box Chicago. Find us on any of those. You follow us on those, we put up all of our information on that sort of stuff. But also the website has everything, and it's just a great source to kind of find what it is you're looking for. Because there's just so much for everybody.
Right, and if they see something they like, they should jump on it, because things like this particular event are known to sell out in advance. You said about 600 people coming here tonight for a double feature of White Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life. And I imagine there's other dates sold out as well.
Yeah, so with the shows this year, we only have 22 this year. Usually we have more, but I think 12 or 14 of the 22 are already sold out.
Right.
So definitely you want to get your tickets early. Anytime it feels like an event or it feels special and important, get your tickets in advance. That way you're not like, kicking yourself after the fact that you're like, shoot, I missed this amazing night that my friend is telling me how great it was.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and look forward to coming back and experience it with my family. So thank you very much.
Well, I look forward to having you, and thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. That's a Music Box here at Christmas time with their double features, TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. That's T Barnes at WGNTV.com. This is a great Chicago tradition. Do yourself a favor, come on out and have a good time.